Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, and today we're going to take a look at Slickshot GRL in Explorer, the MTG Arena Pioneer equivalent. This card has been taking over the format. Super powerful, 1 red for a 1/2, Slickshot Show-Off, flying in haste, has plot, so you can pay it beforehand, then play it for free, to then immediately start casting spells with it in play, and then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +2/+0, and that adds up super quickly, especially in multiples, and around that we have an awesome Atarka shell, you've got breakouts, burning tree stuff. You can end the game incredibly quickly, and this deck has been dominating both Pioneer and Explorer since the release of Outlaws at Thunder Junction. So Slickshot's one of the new cards. Another recent addition is Breakout, red and green from Karlov. Look at the top 6, reveal a creature card. If it's got mana value 2 or less, you can put it into play if you want to, and it gains haste. If not, sure, goes to your hand. Obviously, the most the best thing to hit off of this is Burning Tree. You can chain these a bunch and go off. Obviously, it gives us haste as well, which is something it doesn't normally have. In Pioneer, there's Reckless Bushwhacker, the 3 mana goblin, which if you've played a spell before it in this turn, it costs 1 and a red, and then it gives all your other creatures +1/+1 and haste. We don't have that in Pioneer. Sorry, we don't have that in Explorer, but the deck is still super powerful. And so around that, yeah. Red aggro cards, it's 4 Swift Spear, 4 Source God Mage, 4 Kamano, basically going to be in every mono red deck forever. 4 copies of Play with Fire, 4 Monstrous Rage, along with 2 copies of Audacity. So the Slickshots have flying, which is awesome, but the rest of the deck does not. You've got even more effects to give Trample. Monstrous Rage is a huge buff already, especially with these prowess creatures, and Audacity kind of playing like, hey, it's a little bit weaker, but if it goes to the graveyard, you do draw a card, so it has that advantage on it, at least, as well. And then you keep the +2/+0. Whereas with Monstrous Rage, you just have the token. Okay, you get the full ability around. The other thing that's a little bit different is that I'm playing Atarka's Command because we do not have these Reckless Bushwhackers in Explorer. Atarka's Command, we're going wide to the board with creatures, we're putting more creatures into play. It all works out. 3 damage to each opponent, or your opponent can't gain life this turn, which is sometimes relevant, especially with Amalia and some decks like that, Angels. You can put land card into your hand into the battlefield, that's the least likely mode to choose, and then creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain reach turn to turn. Normally, as you get to pick 2, you pick the 3 damage and +1/+1. That stacks with all your prowess triggers. Sometimes the life gain is super important, whether that's versus like a Vein Ripper, or if that's versus, again, Angels, Amalia, and that kind of thing. But hey, super solid. And then a couple of Witchstalker Frenzies surround us out to kill big creatures. Deck is super low to the ground, super fast, so trying to get your opponent dead very quickly, and it does that really well. The mana base real quick: 4 Stomping Ground, 4 Completion Forest, 4 Crowdtown Pathway, 4 Copperline Gorge, and then 2 Mountain, 2 Den, and the Bugbear. You don't want to mess around. We have a bunch of cards like normally in Atarka Red without the breakouts. You're like, okay, I only need green sources every now and again. Here we really consistently want to be able to cast this on turn 2 if we need to. And so, hey, just a ton of red and green mana sources to give you access to that. And then Den of the Bugbear, obviously, versus control decks. Just get them finished out if they manage to sweep up the board. I've not got a sideboard here. Can't play Giganta because of Burning Tree. That blocks that off. And so I'm just going to hop into some best of 1 ranked matches. If you're not ready, please do subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. I've also been streaming recently on Twitch. I'll drop a thing. But yeah, let's get into some games. Alright, first match here with Slickshot GRL. We only have 1 creature here. What companion is this? Giganta? I don't feel terrible. Would like something a bit faster, to be honest. Well, I like 1 other creature. I think I'm going to mulligan this, but we might regret that. This seems fine. I'm going to keep and put the Audacity on the bottom. That's all good. And because we have a couple of for green, now we have 1 green source, I'm not too worried. Run out Kamanos. Kamanos is a cast trigger, so you don't get the thing off a breakout with the counter, but hey. Have an actual choice here. I'm going to opt to play the Soul Skull Mage out like this. Inspiring Advantage plus Giganta that heavily implies heroic. But we'll see what kind of slot they actually have. Yeah, they can't attack us with the Temptation Legionnaire. We're gonna have to flip this and start attacking. Because if this is a Virtuoso, we need to worry a little bit about getting like attacked back. As it is, I'm not fussed at all. I'm just gonna go ahead and break out. Would have been nice to draw a land, but that's fine. can't attack with this. I will just swing with these two. Alright, now I've got the attackers, trigger Witch Struggle Frenzy. If they have like the if they have Reckless Rage, I'm in trouble. Anger's totally fine. They did leave on top though. Sounds like they have Reckless Rage for the Soulscar Mage or something like that. Oh, they're just gonna come into the red zone and attack. But it is no, okay. Counter from the Legionnaire, counter from the Homesick Courage. It's gonna be no, it's 5 toughness, okay. We can frenzy that down, which puts us in a really, really good spot. This is awkward. Like, we're just not gonna cast the. We're gonna leave these for if this the next turn. I'm gonna make this attack. We're gonna go ahead and Witch Stalker Frenzy the Legionnaire. Monstrous Rage for yeah. Do this. And that is lethal. Alright, like I said, super fast. Alright, second match. Generally when I'm doing best of 1, I try to play at least sets of 5 matches, so we'll have a few more in here. And yeah, was a weird one because it's like, oh, I'm mulligan the 7, it's got a Slickshot, but yeah, with one creature, it's just a little too fragile. If our opponent has one spell and we don't draw another creature, we just kind of lose the game. Here I will absolutely keep this. Cool. Scout. Scout could mean... okay. Yay. That's worrying. You also don't get to attack with us, so spear. But hey, Cauldron in the bin. We'll see what's up here. Interesting. Is it actually like pure Maverick? So they're going to use like Kamino abilities to copy. I'm curious as to what else they might have. It's a weird one. We're not going to be in the. We have 4 lands, which means we're going to eventually go Atarka's command, But we can't do that like soon. We definitely want a Burning Tree. And then I think I try to play this Whisper out. See what we draw next time. It's an interesting one. This being a 2/3 is also really awkward. I like it. I'm thinking of like what they can copy with the Cauldron here. So one of the things is Kamina, kind of like the Merfolk Lord, can like tap to make itself unblockable. This thing, Hex Catchers, maybe one of the others. Let's you sacrifice a creature to counter a non. Ooh, will I take a trade? Let's use Darkest Commands. This puts us to 12. Then I'll have 9. We're then at some of the Soul Catcher, but only if they don't block. What does that look like? They can counter by Darkest Command. They're on 20 as well, which is a problem. Maybe you should have just snapped the block off here, given this is on top. And we try and catch them in combat with the Atarka's command. 4, 6. He's got to 3. Yes. Alright, okay. I'm going to try and use this Atarka's command to blow him out in combat. We can pay for 1 activation of the Hex Catcher. But not for 2. Soul Cauldron, they have 1 creature to exile the abilities. But this thing doesn't have any activated abilities on it. So I'm going to Hex Catcher now. Sure. I'm going to make some attacks. Before blocks, I'm going to cast this. We'll go 3 damage and +1/+1. A result, which is fine. We get to eat this. We can take 9. If we go to 3, we then to untap. Oh, I think we should just eat 2 things. Be a little wary of putting to the graveyard, but this is the point. The weird one, we don't win the straight up damage race, and so yeah. Oh, I'm so stupid. They've got a okay. Oh, interesting. They kept the scout alive rather than the Alright. 8. I have 1, 2 creature set. Cauldron. I was literally talking about the Soul Cauldron and then didn't. Okay, sure. I just double blocked this guy and then would have had one more creature around. I can't beat much interaction anyway, I don't think. I can opt to counter this, but it's a bit awkward. I put myself dead to 1 creature removal spell? I think so. Look at risk here. This, they can now exile with the Soul Cauldron and they get those abilities. It's not as powerful as it would be. 2 counters, he has to block 1 of these things. I'll block the scout. I'll put counters on the other one, give it the ability. Oh yeah, it doesn't mean they can sacrifice the counter, but that's not necessarily the greatest. It doesn't give it like the passive abilities. But Orzhov, like, hey, this is pretty neat. I thought a lot about scales, to be honest. And different ways you can like use counters and things. I've definitely played like uh 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Alright, next. Alright, well that was a pretty big whoopsie. This hand looks great though. We've got Burning Tree into Breakout, which is what we want to see. Yeah, if I had not forgotten about the Cauldron, could have kept the creature alive there. And that should have hopefully let us kill. Oh, that's done. You know, just gonna play a bit differently. That's a punt on my half. Alright, we're gonna Burning Tree into Breakout and see what we hit here. We get a counter here. The real test is like, can we hit another Burning Tree off one of these? What do we win? We'll take a Slickshot. This might get pushed though. That is fair enough, I think. But hey, we get our 3-3 in play. And we've got 2 more breakouts. And a creature coming off the Sekenzan. Sekenzan? Kakazan? Come on, I don't want to expose us to getting removal spell with Audacity, so I'm just going to break out straight away. Yeah. Or miss. You have a large number of creatures, but that's kind of rough. As it is going to give us opponent a bit more time. We'll go for the throne. Yeah, blue-black, actually not sure what they're on. Could be something like rogues. Could be something a bit more... We still have this breakout, but given the mana situation, I'm going to hold one of these up, because now we're in danger of some kind of flash creature disruption. I still don't really want to commit the Audacity while they can kill it in response. There's no real reason for us to do that. They have quite a life total buffer at the moment, though. It's okay. Yeah, let's get this mastermind out of here. I'll need it now. Not let our opponent protect it. Sure, they did have removal spell anyway. Fine. I mean, not fine, but have to deal with this. Okay. Leave with breakout. All these Argus command when we've got another creature in play, maybe. They have a cancel for this. They kill the Swift Spin response. I'm gonna drown it, okay. Fair enough. Sheldred is big. We have some answers. They're not the greatest. Take this opportunity, put the audacity up. We can't attack. It's a nice window to get it in where it can't just die straight away and denies the card. Again, not the greatest, but hey. This is a little bit more interesting. See how they block? They got 4 mana. Like, hey, any interaction is a bad interaction for us. Given this block, I think we Atarka's command rather than use something that targets. We'll take the Swift Spirit up to a 5/5 if it resolves. If there's a counter spell, hey, yeah, that's rough. Okay. Raise them are actually not the worst here. We even draw a land. Still take some damage. And we'll replay the Swift Spin now. Okay. Yeah, of the things they could have, Aura is actually not the worst by a long shot. Mastermind's annoying because now they can draw extra cards, but still like a high price. Oh, yeah. Huh. Oh, server, hello. Alright, we're at 6. They have a Brazen Borrow. We are all kinds of dead. Alright, yeah, rough one. This looks like a decent start again. Yeah, missing off the breakout that game was tough. And obviously showed to gain life back, etc. Basic damage guys on the other side. Again, like Commando Breakout's like a bit of a nombo, but like one that we're alright with. Would love to have a way to just zap this, but we unfortunately do not. We have a lot of hits, right? Top 6 looking for 1 is like a pretty big, like, there's a lot of room for error. But, that is awkward. I guess is the plan. Just do what we can while we can. Yeah. Fair enough. Still not dead yet. If they play a creature here, then I'm a little unhappy, but... Okay, no, yeah. Courage puts them at a lethal attack for next time. Okay. Okay. Alright, 1 and 3 now. We've been a little unlucky. There's about 16 hits of the deck. We get to see top 6 cards. Generally with like company, you need to hit 2 creatures. You're looking at somewhere like 26 to 30 creatures normally. We've been unfortunate, but it's within the realms of like, hey, this could... It can happen. This seems okay. I'm just going to put a land back. Next, you've got the Copper and Gold to just keep the mountain. Yeah, it feels bad, but hey. It is what it is. Yorion. Ooh. Black, white. I guess potentially Esper. Oh, line doesn't really change. You do all linear aggro thing, but I'm curious to see what's going on. Yeah. I don't know I read too much off of this, but yeah, this is a Mordecai's currently. We have 2 show-offs. Facing out a potential photo push here, but I'm gonna we'll get the counter. And generally, I can't say generally. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing. Real spell here. I was like, okay, right in the billion is not too bad. I was worried about the -3 gain 2 life. But we do get to untap, make a new Show-Off. And I'll just play this against it out. Crack and revive. And +2 is so much damage so quickly once you have Show-Offs in play. Ooh, okay, I was like maybe a Wrath here, but if not, depends. Stable, okay. Please be. This is a 3-2, which means it actually does. I mean, it trades with these things, but not in like a great way. But you can also just play one of them and kill it. Let's do this. It's slightly better if they have a removal spell. Okay. Looks like they have a removal spell. A couple of lines lead to lethal. So I would rather them use one on the etching. Ooh. They have not paid bargain. I would like to Monstrous Rage this, please. That is a lethal attack. Yeah, it's a tough one. Like, you can absolutely pay bargain with a clue there, but it's like... Alright, with that last match, we managed to pull back to 2 and 3. I'd like to say that we've been on the wrong side of some variants, especially with Breakout. Again, we've got 16 creatures. We should have a couple to choose from most of the time when we're casting it. The one thing I would say, I guess, is that you could add more creatures to the deck. If you want to do that, the thing that I would look at adding, or the only other creature I play at the moment that's in on Arena, is Questing Druid. Obviously, it gives you some extra stuff going into the late game as well, so it's really, really solid, and I would chop the Audacities here. And I personally like Atarka's Command too much. You can maybe cut Witchstalker Frenzy and kind of ignore the big creatures and try and go around them. But you could also chop Atarka's Command. Or cut down to like 2. And then like keep the Witchstalker Frenzies and add in some Questing Druids. That not only gives you more hits to be more consistent with Breakout, but it also gives you more longevity and resilience going into the late game versus some of the more controlling decks and some of the more removal heavy decks in the format. Really, really sorry. This is the configuration I probably would recommend you going with, though I do personally really, really favour Atarka's Command. You're just kind of playing the edge of variance with the Breakouts. Again, over a quarter of your deck's creature, you should really, really always hit one, but hey, as you see, it can happen. It can happen. The deck is really, really strong. It is really, really fast. And yeah, we got, again, hit the wrong side of a little bit of variance, but would definitely recommend it, especially if you're trying to climb ladder at the moment. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please do like, subscribe, share it around to people you think would be interested. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.